Hey, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Hopefully you're doing fine, because I'm doing fine too. Let me transition this over and say, hey, how you doing? I'm doing pretty alright. I'm kind of looking forward to working back on this map again. I know we put in a lot of effort last time, obviously, but we've still got a lot to go. Mostly, like, we finished up, I want to say, like, the western side of our map, at least a little bit, where we put like a pirate cove and a nice little jungle area. We could probably do a lot more, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, a little bit of some updates before we sort of get back into it. Yeah, unfortunately, no short today. Sorry, I I didn't have time to edit one, but I'll make sure we'll have one up on Thursday. And on the VOD channel, I think I've got the first part of the map making stream, so last map making stream, that should be up there on the VOD channel. And the rest of Persona 1 CPAC route should also be up too by the end of the week. So yeah, that's most of the VODs, and we'll get to it when we get to like a lot more of the other stuff. Like, of course, there's the main channel video eventually coming out. It's kind of a when I've got the time sort of deal right now, but hey, it is what it is. Been kind of busy, and on top of that was sick last week, but hey, here we are. So, let me get us ready. Let me just double check, make sure this is good. All right. Yeah, that looks fine. Let me... Of course, I say that, and then I accidentally move it out of the way and possibly screw this up. Yeah, okay, that looks good. All right. Let's jump over to our map and let's get started. Alrighty. Well, we're back here where we were left off in Incarnate. I was thinking about a couple of other things too while we were sort of going around back and forth last time. And you know what? Hold on. Let me make myself a little bit too big. There we go. So, I was thinking about a couple of things last time. So, we got this whole jungle area for a pirate cove sorted out. I think we're going to touch up a little bit of these villages. Maybe either add more building structure here. Because these are just to symbolize, okay, there is a village. We could probably add maybe a few more houses here, maybe make them bigger. We obviously still have the mountain pass to work on. We'll figure out what to do here. I'm thinking maybe we make this either some sort of quarry, because it is sort of in the crevice between like a highlands and the mountain range. We could also touch up the little lakes that we put here a bit. And, you know, maybe we could also make maybe a path north from this village that would lead to sort of maybe another side of the island or, you know, other parts of the area. You know, granted our players wouldn't be going there, but it is to sort of give that natural, authentic feel to the world. Then we still need to touch up like the coastline here, because we did a really good job down here, so we're probably going to give it the same like love and care that we did down there. As for the ocean, I think we might add some islands. I think that might be something fun we could do. We can add maybe like a couple of small islands, maybe a little archipelago. We'll see. We do have this, which I think we're going to tweak a little bit. We're going to add a little bit more fun stuff here to make this like ruined city work a bit better. We also have our sunken fortress here, which I'm trying to figure out how I want to organize this, because if we're going off our prompt that we wrote for our campaign, we definitely want it to still sort of fit within that. So we'll try to figure out something in that regard. We also still have like our pirate cove here, which I think maybe we'll keep it as like this jagged coastal island. Hell, we could even make it like the skull is part of the island. Like there's a rock fixture that looks like a skull. I don't think I have any stamps for it, but you know, if anything, we could leave it looking kind of ominous like that, but we'll see. As for other things on the on the sea, we'll probably move some of the ships around, maybe resize it a little bit. I know it's not a 2-scale map, for example, like we would want to shrink down this city. It shouldn't be that big, but you know, this is more or less just visual indicators for the players, as well as to sort of give a scope of what are the important places. Yeah, like kind of like with the mountain range here, we're going to probably put a couple more caves on the side here, because according to our notes, we do have at least 2 specific caves that we talked about. So we'll probably put those in, and probably gonna maybe add some other things, because we did pull up a bunch of interesting cave encounter monsters, so that could be a fun idea. We could probably do that. Maybe make the mountain pass a little bit more unique, because right now it's just looking like a bunch of dotted lines, which is fine for down here, but maybe we'll consider switching it up for there. Maybe. Outside of that, I feel like we can do something cool here with the big trench that we put here. Maybe we could put like an undersea cave, or maybe darken this part of the map for the sea, so you know that this is like the deeper trench of the ocean. Because right now we're just using a generic water for everything. But again, we'll get to it when we get to it. I think we're gonna start off here, around the capital here, and sort of start filling in some of the blanks, which we did. We added, you know, a farmland. We could probably expand this. So I think what we'll do is like, we'll, you know, take that, make this maybe a little bit bigger, move it around here. Maybe, yeah, like that big. We'll put maybe a couple of other smaller ones around, maybe. It could be like a manor. Maybe do that, and let me shrink our brush. I think we were using like a 3 or a 5. Yeah, 5 looks about right. And we do foreground. We could probably make it look like that. So it's like, there we go. And this could be like a village centered. And we'll kind of leave it like that for now, because I do want to keep the farmland. Maybe if I see if we have any stamps for like maybe a scarecrow or something, we could put something there to make it a little bit more obvious that that's what we're going for. But, you know, I think that'll be fine for now, and we'll just kind of play by ear, you know? So, let me see what else we can do. Also, let me just double check if is music a little too loud. I think we're good. Maybe I could crank it a little lower. That'll be fine. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. Did that. We could probably adjust down here too, because I do want this little coastal city to be a little interesting too. We could probably see if maybe we can add like a dock. So I think what we'll do is we'll do the same thing we did before. Copy and paste a couple of houses here. Give it that sense of it is a village that is just, you know, out here on the sea. Let me see. Do we have like a wood type texture? We might. Waves. Cracked ice. Could probably use, yeah, like a different color parchment. So I think what we'll do first, beige. Use a different color beige. Maybe an orange could work. You know, these could actually be a good idea. We could probably go back over some of our areas once we're done putting things in, and like adding more color to it to sort of give it a little bit more of an alive feeling. So that might be a good idea for after. I think we can just use a solid color first. Like, we could probably use a solid color here. And zoom all the way in. Maybe make our brush even smaller. Yeah, we'll do like a finite thing. Okay, I see. So we need to do all on top layers. So if we do it like this, curse me and I can't draw straight lines on. Almost. Okay. We could probably do something like this to add like a pier here. And it could just be assumed that, okay, this is some sort of pier. Something like that, maybe. Now we'll just have to like give it a little bit of color here. Fortunately, it all has to be kind of done on the top layer here. Because if we do it any lower, it'll be underneath the water, technically. Because that's the layer that our water texture lives on. So So there is a little bit of rules you got to follow. It's like you're doing stuff in Photoshop if you ever use that. Do you want to do something like that? We'll just use something like this for right now. That should be okay. Maybe we'll give it a little bit of, like, planks. A little bit of a streak across. That'll be fine. It sort of conveys the idea that this is supposed to be like a dock. And then we could probably see if we have any more stamps of like smaller boats, and we could probably put like one small boat over there. So maybe we could like grab one of these, the skiffs, and we could like have it like right there. There we go. I think that works a lot better because now we're giving it a little bit more life and it feels a little bit more unique. Maybe like right there. Okay. Got that. That one's taken care of. This one's looking better. Still a little vanilla though. We might be able to spruce it up a bit. Maybe I have an idea. What if we make this the bigger manor? And what if we put it underneath or on top of a hill? So what if we move this up? Rotate it a little bit, maybe? It could be sort of like a manor overwatching the rest of them. Maybe like that. Just make this a little bit bigger. We could sort of make this like a little market row. So we'll put that there. We'll get a couple more. Since this is going to be make these houses a little bit smaller. You know what? We could probably even make like a little path coming from around the bend of the river. That could actually be a good idea too. You can do that, have it go around. You know, gotta be a little creative, have a little bit of fun with it. So let me do that. Let's grab that. We're gonna go foreground again. Which one did we use? Texture. I think we were using this one for dirt roads. And we were using brush size 4. Oh man. Call a Yevon. You know what? Let's change this song. You know what? Let's bust out some fun stuff. Listen to some WoW stuff. Not maybe the ideal track. We're not in a desert, but you know what? Assault Flat? Sure, we can listen to this. It's a good track anyways. Maybe we can make this like a road that stretches. And we can have it like going up to the hilltop manor. Have it sort of be like a plaza here. Maybe have this go off here. We could probably add like another pier here. That'd be a good idea. Like just a small one. Just to sort of illustrate that, you know, people can use the lake, I guess. Maybe. Let's see what we got. Oh, do we have like small boats? I mean, that looks more like a Viking boat, though. Let me see what we got. Search boat. Nothing. Illustrations of ships. Okay, let's see what we can do. Craters, natural terrain. Mesa. Unique stuff. See, other ocean-based things. I think that's all we got for that. We could probably... Actually... you know what? We also could have used one of these to, like, symbolize a village that way. Yeah, it's okay. We can probably just stick with that. Doesn't bother me. Although, I feel like we could illustrate that maybe the house is up on a hill a little better. Maybe there's, like, a different hill we can use. Either that, or let's go back. You know, I think that'll be fine. I think that looks good there. That looks fine. Maybe shrink these just a little bit. There we go. It's a little nicer. Now for the village here, I think the road should be like clean cut through it. So maybe we'll do that. We'll move this house over, have the road go through it, and then we can like work around it. We'll worry about up here because we're gonna touch up the right side over here, and then we'll work this out in a sec. Okay, let me think for a second. Let's zoom in a little bit. Move this to the side. Maybe it could be like a resting. There we go. It's funny, this track is a little bit more appropriate. Okay, and then we do that. We have it going through this region. And then as it goes into the mountains, it'll start to peter off. And then we could have it just going like that. What else? I guess we could start working on the upper left corner. So we could start working on our mountain trail. You know what? It's a better track for this. Oh, this one should be a good one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, top layer. I think we need to use the eraser because we got to first remove some of our markers here. Okay, so we want some sort of cave here. So I'd say we like tuck it right there. And then maybe we can do something else to sort of branch it out. You know, well, maybe like that. We could have it peeking out. Put one there. Oops, don't want to move our mountain, literally. Okay, we're going to erase this other star. One more here we'll erase. Let's see. You know what? Hold on. What other cave stamps do we have? Because I think we can use a different cave. I mean, yeah. Not that one, because we do want it to look a little bit more like just an opening. Where is it? Oh, is it like... Oh, it might be... I see. Okay. So what if we like put this here? And okay, we're gonna need to do a little bit of finessing here. Okay, we did that. Move it back a layer. Okay. Let's see. Think how we would do this. Unless we like have it off here. You know what? Okay, let me think. We could tuck it right over here, or we can move it maybe back here. Yeah, I think maybe. We could have the entrance maybe like ajar a bit, like that. We could have it being along this side. Okay. Got one there, one there. We have our two caves. Okay, I think the one over here should be like the pinnacle. So it'll be like peak of the mountain. Whoops, that is not the eraser. So we'll need to do something a little special for this. So let me get rid of some of the purple. We'll make this one peak of the range. Just funny because then we're gonna have to like lower some of the other ones a little bit. Or if anything, we could probably like do this to space them out to still like fill out the mountain range because we do want it to still feel big. You know what I mean? But we want our big mountain to feel special. So maybe we can pull it up to the forefront a bit like that. Yeah, there we go. That works a little better. And then we'll probably adjust some of the mountains here to better fit like the mountain like path that we're looking at. So like maybe like that a little bit. Move that over. Maybe move this down just slightly. Maybe, nah, I don't want to. Okay, we're going to keep this one right there. Let me adjust the path here. Okay. So if we're going to do our path, let's do it like this. It's going to loop around this way. It will go around this peak. And we'll have it have like a little detour there. We go back to, I think it was foreground. We can start just recoloring a little bit here, get rid of the old version of the path that we put in, since we're going to have to sort of keep the color at the top layer here. I think that'll just be the way to go. So we'll erase a little bit of our old work. And then we'll like redo it. Yeah, really, same track again. Yeah, that'll do. We can leave that on. Okay. Now, where are we at? Okay. Got one cave here. I think we could probably like make this a little bit more pronounced, because we do want the players to notice it. Same thing for over here. I think this is fine since this is going to be right off the chute. Let's go back over here, back to our top layer. Do a little bit of erasing. We'll fix this mountain path. Make it fit a little nicer. Okay. Now go around. I want it to sort of follow the curvature of the mountains a little bit. Maybe going down a little bit. And then I think we will have this be like the next location, because we'll have this be sort of the trail to the top, and then at the top we can figure out, well, maybe there's something we want to put up there. Maybe it could be a temple, since of course this is supposed to be our Mount Olympus. So we can figure out something. You know what, let me see. Do we have any for snow? Okay, cool, we do. A little bit like that. Making our bit of a white mountain going down. Start snow capping a little bit of these since they'd be high up enough. Wouldn't be as pertinent as it goes down a little bit. Because again, still technically, it's funny, this is a tropical region, but because these mountains would be so high, there would be just a little bit of snow on the tips of these. Because after all, that'd be how we would get the river valley. Couple of streaks like that. That also, I'm gonna be honest, it just kind of looks nice on the map, really. And I am a sucker for a really good looking map. Give it a little dab, a little bit here and there. And as we sort of trail off, it can get a lot lighter. There we go. It also gives our mounds a little bit of a flavor, a little bit of a, you know, a little something to it. And do that. Little bit of a nice streak. There we go. And let's hit save just in case. Because the last thing you want is to lose your goddamn work. That is the best advice I could give you. Don't lose your work. That would be very unfortunate. So let me do that. And let's get to work. Maybe... Tighten up around here, around a little bit of the lake. And then here we can sort of change this back. What is this track? Are we listening to like what, Naxxramas? Oh, it is actually Naxxramas. Oh shit. It's like, this sounds familiar. Okay, we could have the mountain sort of touch down a bit here into the lake. Just tighten this up a little bit, let it keep its distinction. Maybe we could do the same a little bit here, I'd say. Let it touch down just a little bit. It'd be like a steep incline or a steep drop of a roll off into the little lake bends. Okay. Now we need to do one more thing over here. I think we make our brush size even smaller. And then maybe a temple. We could put a temple here for now. Or something. There's got to be something here at the top. Because I would say we could probably put like a symbol here for like a dungeon. Let me see. What's something that could work here? Starry. I don't think so. Let's see what we got. Could do like an impact site. Maybe. Portal, no. Lighthouse, no. Oh, actually, we could put a... Alright, you know what? Maybe we'll put a lighthouse somewhere on the map. I didn't think about that. World Tree, Pyramid, Stonehenge. Put Stonehenge up here. So I feel like we're missing something. Let's see. Is this the lighthouse? Yes. You know what? We could probably even put this in here, maybe by the ruins of the north. Actually, no, I think we'll put it down here. Yeah, like right about there at the edge. It technically would have been better down here, but they wouldn't have a lighthouse there. I don't think so. Let me think. What's something else we can put here? Let's see what other symbols we've got. Holiday lantern. Probably put like something like this up here and then just make this small. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I like almost click on every single thing on our board here. Let's just make this a little bit darker, so the mountain path is known. Maybe we should shrink down the size of the marker here. Because I think we do kind of know we want to do this. We can just make this look a little bit nicer. Okay, background, foreground. Okay, and now we should be able to just like have it sort of creep on through. We'll have it go up this way. Yeah, you know what? I think redrawing the mountain path is probably the way to go. Anyways, yeah, top layer. Do need it to connect back over here to this cave, which we can work out. And let's do that. Change this back to, let's go brush size 3, actually. There we go. Now that's working. We'll probably keep it thin going up to the top there as it goes up to the peak, because we kind of want this to be the focal point of the mountain pass. Can have this going around. weaving around. Could be as if it's going through the side of the mountain there, as it goes around to the cave. Have it circle back. And let's just clean up our old path. Now that we've got a better idea of what we're doing. We just have to sort of remember the general layout of where we're going. There we go. Oh, whoops. I am in the wrong layer. There we go. Have it go around. Oh, whoops. I keep on hitting E to, like, bust out the eraser, but that's not how it works in Incarnate. Like, there is no hotkey for the eraser, you just have to, like, do it, you know? There we go. And we clean up this part. We'll have it go like hooking around the mountain again. Damn, I haven't heard this track in a hot minute, actually. Hold on, let me see if I can guess this track. Is this track Freehold? Sounds familiar. Oh, yep, it's Freehold, all right. I was like, damn, why does this sound so familiar? Actually, you know what? That's actually really fitting. I'm going to keep that in mind for when we end up doing a track list for this, because there's some, like, Freehold can be kind of like down there. Either that or considerably the Pirate's Den, but it's not a bad idea. And remember, there's never shame in borrowing things you like. I mean, after all, if you're just playing with your friends, it's totally fine by me. There we go. Let's clean this up. There we go. Now we're connecting back to the main section here. And foreground. Whoops. Let's just color that back again, the same color of the mountain. And then from there, we can just redo this. Have it like go around the peak again. And then coming down as it sort of curves back around to the main path. Okay. So we've got our mountain region done. You know, it's not bad. It is a little curvy. Goes a little bit of a zigzaggy line around. But you know what? I'll take it. I think that'll be fine. We've got a couple of offshoots with 2 caves. And we've got our peak. I'll take that. It's not bad at all. I'm still thinking though. I feel like there's like a bit more we could do down here. Because I feel like while these lakes aren't bad, we could probably like do something to like fix them a little bit. You know what I mean? I think we do need to do some sort of adjustment here. Because I do like that we have our lakes here, but I think maybe we do this, maybe? And then we have to add a little bit back here. Okay, that's a little better. I think we could do that. Damn ominous track, hold on. Have I heard this one? Yeah, I think I've heard this one. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? We can leave this on. Okay. Alright, we gotta move our trees. Actually, we could just put one right here. And we can move this one right there. Okay, maybe it's a little bit too close to the the road. I mean, I guess I could just adjust the road. That would be probably the smarter way to go about it. What is this? Hey, what's up, Filippo? This is me making a map for a D&D campaign. Been doing a bit of a stream series where I've been sort of going through the process of, like, if you wanted to learn how to play D&D, well, how would you do it? I went over, like, looking through handbooks, and now I'm sort of talking about stuff like, you know, if you were wanting to become a DM, a little tablet, you know, it would probably be a good idea, because it's funny, when I do all these map making things, I usually just use my mouse, but it's probably a good idea, yeah. But, yeah, pretty much what I'm doing here is, so the last stream when I started working on the map, one of the things that I had to sort of stress out, and this is something that, like, a lot of people, when they first decide, okay, I'm going to DM, but I'm scared because I don't know how to make maps, or I'm not an artist. The best piece of advice I could give you is you don't need to be an artist. I mean, look, I am not an artist and I made all of this, okay? You can use a lot of different things. Let's see, it looks like a mouse pad with a pen, not a screen. Oh, okay. But yeah, one of the major things that I try to stress out is when you're doing this and you're setting up for a D&D campaign or some sort of tabletop experience with your friends, you don't need to be an artist. Now, if you are an artist, congratulations. You get to do some really awesome stuff, whether it be create a world from scratch or create a location, a person, an NPC, whatever you want to make. You can do some really cool stuff. But, you know, if you're not able to do that, maybe you're not an artist, something like this is fine too. This is basically one of many ways you can make a map, even down to the most basic thing of opening up Paint and drawing out like lines on a graph, and you could say these are walls and just make sure your players follow rules. But, you know, these are other things, like if you want it to be fancy, like in my case, I'm using Incarnate, which is this website where I can just make maps. Hey, what's up, Leaf? How you doing? Don't mind me, I got a little head start. Well, maybe not really a head start, but I was kind of itching to sort of get into working on this. I was thinking about what I wanted to do for our map, like what interesting features to do, as we've still got a lot to do. Hey, you finished the demo of your game? Nice. Awesome, dude. Let's see. Okay, we finished our mountain pass. I think this actually came out a lot nicer than I expected. Like, us putting the caves in the right places really is like kind of carrying that, you know what I mean? Like, it really now feels a little nicer. We've got our monastery at the peak. Fix this lake. We're gonna fix this one here, and then we're gonna start the next goal we're gonna do. We're gonna try to maybe touch up around here, because I feel like I guess I would need to think about, like, what does a lakeside look like, because we might want to like adjust this a little bit, but we also still have all here to work out. Like, we've got ruins of the old capital to figure out. We've got to touch up the mountains here, you know, a couple other things, you know. Then after that, we'll worry about the rest. There's a lot more work for us to do. Okay, let's see. I do like that this lake is kind of in the shape of a bird. Okay, I don't know if you see it, but I see this and I think bird. Like, you know, you see the little head, and then it's got, like, you know, the arms and the tail, right? I hope anyone else can see that. But I feel like maybe we can even make this a location. Reminds me of Final Fantasy 1. Yeah, a little bit. Let's see. In the meantime, Monster Hunter drops on Friday, and you're gonna binge it for a while? Yeah. Dude, a lot of my friends are very excited for Monster Hunter. I hope it's fun. It looked good from watching my friends play the demo of it. Unfortunately, I think I might have to wait to pick it up just because kind of strapped for cash. Have you been into the recent Sonic games? We're so back. Dude, I saw, didn't they add the oh my god, what's it called? They brought the Sonic Freerider, the Air Gears back, dude, in the new Sonic racing game. I saw that. That looks cool. Okay, Okay, maybe... Okay, I feel like I want to use this lake here, but I think we have a problem. We need to, like... You know what? Okay, we're gonna try something. Close the tab. No. All good. What's it called? I was gonna say, yeah, I saw that they added the air gears into like the new Sonic, what is it, like Sonic Transformed Racing or something? I'm sorry, I forget the name of these games, but I saw that they added that back, and like it's like a whole bunch of different like map transitions and stuff. It looks like they're trying to do like, what is it, like a Mario Kart 8 thing? They should just keep making Riders games. Dude, I don't remember. I think I only played the GameCube one. I think there was one on the Wii, right? I don't remember. It's been like a hot minute since I've thought about Sonic Free Riders or Sonic Air Riders or whatever it was called. Dude, they should make another Kirby Air Ride. That game was fun. Free Riders ruined the series. The only thing, okay. Okay, the only thing is it bad that the only thing I remember from Sonic Free Riders was the Angry Joe review? Like, that's what I remember from Sonic Free Riders. Okay, maybe we like move the mountains up a little bit. We can like have it go a little bit off screen here. Yeah, we can do that. Oh wait, no, shit, the snow. Okay, you know, all right, we're gonna get a little creative here, okay? Bear with me. We're gonna fix this. But I think this is the play. We move the mountains up so we can have a little bit of space here so the lake can breathe, and then we can put some tents around it, and we can make this like a hunting ground, maybe? Like, now we're starting to get into it. Also, what the hell is this music? Oh, it's Outland's music. You know what? Let's listen to something else. That's something fun. Something silly. Oh no, I know what I want to listen to. Hold up. Gotta listen to, is this a song? Hold on, this better be it. No, that's not it. Don't mind me. I've got the Persona 2 on the dock, dude. Oh hell yeah, this is the one. We're gonna have that up for a bit. Look, can you tell that I'm missing the Can you tell I'm missing a bit of the Persona 2 streams? I have been thinking about on the side, going back and probably doing some more fusions in the air raid shelter. And like doing some of that stuff in the meantime since Kyle's on vacation. The worst part is Free Riders is something that was teased in Zero Gravity because Sonic and Jet are popping off and it's settled down. He's like, I'll see you at the World Grand Prix. Oh no, and Free Riders is that? Oh, that sucks. That's unfortunate, dude. Okay, let's make the brush size a little bigger. All right, we're gonna need to do a little bit of fixing up here. All right, we color this side. Look, remember what they told you. Color inside the lines here. You don't want to let it bleed out too much. Which is also why, like, we're going to have to do some touching up and, like, fixing other parts. Okay, now that we did that, use our parchment. Get some of our mountain range back here. And we'll go with a smaller brush around the corner there. But we got to, like, set boundaries here, so not everything is a mountain, you know? Do you have song requests? No, actually, I don't have it set up right now. I was thinking about setting it up at some point. Maybe for like future D&D streams down the road, like when I'm doing more work on like campaigns like this, I could probably set up something like that. I'll have to look into it. I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy, right? Yeah, I know. It is a double-edged sword, because look, I say that, and I'm like, I remember when Kyle was streaming Dark Souls 2, and we would just go and invade his stream and just, like, put, like, loud memes on, like, the music bot, so, like, he would get jump scared and you just hear Scotland forever, or something stupid, you know what I mean? So I'm like, look, as someone that has been that guy once, where we would just troll Kyle with a little bit of, like, audio from the bot, I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of like the same thing when it comes to things like TTS, where I'm like, maybe that would be something I could consider for fun at some point, but I'm like, oh dude, ain't no way I'm doing like TTS at some point, because it's a fast way to get in trouble. Although I'm sure you can like set rules to it so it's not always saying stuff that will get you in trouble. Let's give it a little bit of like a snowdrift coming down. Yeah, that's fine. A little bit like that. There we go. That's looking good. And just, you know, we can give these a little bit more life too while we're at it. Like, just don't ask about the climate in this region. It's a disaster. Look, I just want a little bit of a snowy peak mountain range here. And then as you go further down, you've got like what is essentially a jungle. Look, it's because the mountains go so high up, don't you know? After all, this is supposed to be Mount Olympus. Oh, man. I still can't believe we're rolling with the Mount Olympus meme. You know? Wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. Okay, let's make this a little bit of like a hunting ground. We can put some trees around here. Make this a little bit more lively. Let's also put a tent. Where is it? The review copies for Monster Hunter came out. The multiplayer options aren't what people were hoping for, but what can you do? Really? Like, what do you mean? Is it like a lobby-based system still, or is it something else? Because I'm not too sure, to be honest. Where is it? What am I looking for again? Where are the tents? I think they're like all the way up here. Oh my god, am I blind? Oh, they're right here in front of me. Duh. It can be like a bit of a camping ground area. You know, I'm thinking about it. The way I do like these dotted lines sometimes, it kind of looks like I'm writing Morse code. Whoops. It's perfect if you're not planning on playing the story with friends. The moment you get into a cutscene, you gotta light your flare and shoot it. And cutscenes frequently leave you off with standing in front of a monster. So there's a cutscene, your friend gets kicked out, and you get to re-invite them. Oh, so it's like the old Dark Souls multiplayer where you had to like always put down your summon sign, and like as soon as you beat a boss or you like did something right, it would like kick them out. So it's just kind of like that then. At least that's what it sounds like from what you're telling me. Oh, speaking of that, did you guys see that, what is it? There's the seamless Dark Souls 3 co-op mod that came out now. So that's cool. If it works exactly like how I'm expecting it to from like how the Elden Ring one works, it could be really cool. Actually, you know, we're gonna get rid of this blob. I don't like it too much. I think we'll just have dotted line just going up here. There we go, that's good. I like this. This looks a lot nicer now. Damn, I'm liking how good this is coming along now. Like, we've even got like our nice big old house on the hill here. I think we can tighten this up here though. We can clean up how the roads look here. It looks a little bit like blobby. Maybe we'll like redo our little farm patch here. Let's see, you do not have a Dark Souls game. Oh, the closest thing you got is Code Vein, and that's decently different from a Souls-like. Okay. I got a hot take for you. Hey, what's up, Hawkins? Okay. So I've got a little bit of a hot take for you on that, because Code Vein's interesting, because I kind of like Code Vein. I actually like the music a lot in Code Vein. The problem is Code Vein is... it's almost a Souls game. Oh yeah, by all means. Like, Code Vein's like almost a Souls game. But you could tell it's, well, it's not actually a Souls game. It's more like another Souls-like. It's like anime Souls-like. One of the problems that some of my friends had when they were playing it was, they said for them, I think it was originally, like, they had to nerf New Game Plus because it was, like, really overpowered, I think. But, whatchamacallit, I thought it was okay. I liked it. The problem is, there's not really a reason to play the game again, because you can always just change your build by just changing your equipment, which I guess is fine, but at the same time, it's like, there's no point in making multiple characters, you know what I mean? That's just kind of how it is. Let's see. You never tried Code Vein yourself, but you beat Dark Souls 2 and 3. It's Invisible Maze. Yeah. Code Vein is more like casual oriented. It's funny you say that, but at the same time, it's like there are some bosses in Code Vein that go from like 0 to 100 like right away. So it's like, it makes me laugh because it's like Code Vein is weird because it's casual in the sense of like, okay, you get your companion with you. But then suddenly, like, you'll have bosses like Mito who's like, okay, I'm low on health, it's time to cheat. And he just turns on his hacks. He's like, all right, now I am the fast. Good luck. Let's see. Yeah, Dark Souls wise. Oh, dude. Okay, so it's funny. Actually, last stream we were talking about this when we had Kombucha on board while we were playing like Ocarina of Time. We were talking about this where he said, when am I going to play the Souls games on stream? Because it's funny, I actually played the Souls games for the first time during the pandemic, actually. Around then was like when I ended up playing through it for my first time. And I just kind of played through it because I was like, you know what, why not? My friends have always told me these are really cool games. Why not check it out now? You know what I mean? So I ended up, oh, whoops, there we go. I ended up checking it out. And I thought they were cool. I'll be perfectly honest with you. And this is something I think I've sort of brought up before on stream. I'm terrible at action games. I mean, when I did the stream of going through Devil May Cry 3, I'm pretty sure you kind of got the picture. I'm kind of bad at these games, but I had a lot of fun. Oh, changing this track. You know what? We're going back to this one. I like this track a lot. But we'll let this play for a bit and then we'll switch track again. What's it called? So yeah, like I was a big fan of action games. Now I have a confession to you. Like on the Ocarina stream, how I mentioned, like I never really played a lot of like combat orientated games growing up. Like, let me think. The most combat game I've ever played, like growing up, I think was like, I guess Warcraft 3, but that was like, I think I was like in middle school playing Warcraft 3. I don't know. I have no idea now I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so like, I guess there was like, okay, the time my dad had me play fighting games with him or stuff like that. But yeah, like I never played like too many action games when I was younger. Like I played tons of Animal Crossing. I know I'm kind of that guy. I'm kind of boring. So like, cause I never owned a PS2 until like, I want to say in high school, I bought a PS2 used, and I bought it so I could play some of the Kingdom Hearts games. Because at that point I was like, one of my friends told me that Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were really good. I couldn't find a copy of Kingdom Hearts 1. But I found a copy of Kingdom Hearts 2, and I played the hell out of that, and that was a lot of fun. Oh, those are games I should actually play on stream. That could be fun. I ended up playing Kingdom Hearts 1 like way later, through one of the HD remasters, I think, that came out like forever ago. So I did end up getting around to playing that. It just kind of took a little bit. Like, we can like clean these up a little bit. Don't want to do that. Oh no, did I like make this on another layer? Oh, I think I may have. Oh, we can fix that. Warcraft 3 is a good game to play. Dude, okay. So, yeah, so I remember, so on the Ocarina stream, I talked a little bit about the first PC games I really ever played. And I played, there was like a few games I played. I played RuneScape. So maybe one day we could do a RuneScape stream where we just play free to play and like try to do all the quests or something. I played Warcraft 3, and then I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 because that came installed on my Mac. And it's like, and then I ended up playing World of Warcraft down the road. And then when I finally got a PC, I was like, okay, I can buy games now. And the first game I bought was Orange Box because I really wanted to play Team Fortress 2. Yeah, and it's funny though, because a lot of people probably played Tony Hawk on, what was it, like the PS2 or something? Played it on a fucking Mac. So, yeah, I really didn't know what I was doing. Because up to that point, like, I think I had mostly just played games like, oh my god, like what, educational games and stuff like Animal Crossing, and I don't know, I really like played like a lot of like basic stuff, which is kind of funny in hindsight the more I think about it. Never a huge fan of skateboarding games, but you love playing those games with your brother. Yeah, it's funny, like, okay, so I never had a PS2, but my neighbor had a PS2. And we would always play games, and we would play like the Ninja Storm games, but you want to know what games that I really didn't think, or really had no idea I would like? And that was like things like the Dragon Ball Z games, because at that point, it's like, I think I just watched like Dragon Ball Z on TV. Which, by the way, Dragon Ball Z was tons of fun to watch when I was younger, but the funniest thing about it was my cousins would always come over when we were going to be watching, or like when it was time for like Dragon Ball Z to be on or something, and it was always really funny because for me, growing up, all my cousins are girls, and they're like, oh, we don't want to watch Dragon Ball Z. So, of course, they're like, all right, you can watch Dragon Ball Z, but we gotta watch Sailor Moon first. And I'm like, okay, fine. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it was on the second, you were confused. Oh no, that's funny. Oh my god. But yeah, you know, it's funny. It's like those little things that just kind of is what it is, right? There we go. Oh, dude, look at that. That looks clean. I'm proud of that. Oh, man. There we go. We've got the mountain pass. We cleaned up the mountains and made the lakes look a little nicer. Touched up the roads a little bit. Cleaned up over here. I feel like we should do something here. I mean, we've got like the big farming patch. Let's see. You like Mr. Satan because he's funny? Yeah. It's funny. Dude, Hercule was so funny back then. Like, I was like, oh my god, he's like if a WWE wrestler was isekai. And it was really funny because speaking of wrestling, yeah. So I didn't own the PS2. My friend, he had those Dragon Ball Z games. He had, I think, some of the Naruto games. But what we always played was like SmackDown versus Raw, or like whatever those wrestling games were at the time. And it's funny because I never watched wrestling when I was a kid. So I'm just like, oh, this is cool. You get to see some celebrity guys that you would see on TV every once in a while doing like a commercial, and you're like, oh, that's awesome. You get to play as them. Look, sometimes I have to laugh when I sit here and think about what I say, because I'm like, man, I sound like a bizarro man who has never played video games sometimes. Oh, man. You know, I guess it's kind of interesting how, like, everyone gets into video games, you know? Sometimes it's friends, sometimes maybe you just, you know, kind of get into it. Oh, I remember that! Oh, dude! The claymation deathmatch thing. It was on MTV, I think, right? Oh my god, that was like a core memory you just unlocked in me. It's like, I remember seeing that once, I think. And I don't know why it made me think of, like, was it Team America or whatever, that claymation movie that I remember people used to talk a lot about at some point. Oh my god. You know what? We'll put that hill right there. Okay, so now we've got a little bit more space here to work with. We've got this little section here. I do like how we cleaned up the whole top. Stop being cultured. I mean, look, sometimes it's funny. Look, sometimes I know things, and then other times I don't know things. It's like, you know, it's like how I didn't know anything about wrestling, but now it's like I know so many guys that have seen so much wrestling, so they kind of like tell me a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay, and then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh, this is like a soap opera for guys. Oh my god. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. Oh man. Let's see. Okay. What can we do for this side of the river? Because I feel like we can maybe either add something here or like, whoa, whoops. Undo. Don't want to do that. Save our map just in case, actually. The manliest opera. Yeah, it really is sometimes with how dramatic it got. I remember because like I think it was like pay-per-view ads that you would see on like TV or well, no shit, or like on cable, I think, or something. I remember that because like wrestlers used to be like in everything. I think like what is it? Like The Rock was a wrestler. I know that. I know that at least. I know John Cena was one, and he's still, or I think he retired. Maybe he did retire. I remember Hulk Hogan was one because I remember. It's funny because I never watched wrestling, but one person that I did know who did was my mom. She used to watch a lot of wrestling. Dude, my mom used to like watching wrestling and like kung fu movies. I say that as like I remember one time it was like one time I was hanging out with my dad and we're just like in the car and I checked the backseat of the car. I'm like, why do we have 2 copies of Kung Fu Hustle in the backseat of the car? And he's like, I honestly don't remember. He goes, I think I bought 1 copy and I forgot, and I bought a second copy of the movie. And I'm like, why, Dad? What's going on? Oh man. Oh boy. A web novel you're reading has a demon posing as a human student and created their lair, salvo study spot, in a small alcove. In some ttrpgs you can get layer bonuses. You want to just randomly add layers of primordial demons on your map? You know, maybe not, but I am looking to add like maybe something special. I think we do have something like that we're going to do over here. And we do have our 2 caves that, you know, the Cave of Truth and the Cave of Lies that we sort of came up with. But yeah. But we could probably figure out something for like over here because we got space to work with here. I'm just kind of spitballing right now. I'm thinking. You jokingly call it professional cuddling to mess with wrestling fans. Oh man, I'm sure they love that one. Oh, it's on the top layer. There we go. Let me just erase this real quick. So now we've got a little bit of a blank canvas to work with here. So you know what? Let's also clean up this area. We can move this rock over. I think we're going to move it somewhere else because we need to give like a little bit of elevation here. So what I think we might do, probably shrink this a bit. Maybe we can have this like this. Maybe have this like overlooking here a bit. Do it like this. And okay, I think what we want is we need some cliffs. So, like, you remember how, well, if you remember, we used some cliffs here to like give like an effect for a waterfall. We might want to do something like this where we'll take like maybe we can copy this and move it over here a little bit. Give a little bit of height here because we want to like make this feel like it's coming up a bit on a slope. Actually, what if no. it's already coming up on the slope here. So you know what? I think what we'll do is like this, maybe. Yeah, like that. There we go. See, now this is giving it the little bit of an illusion of elevation here. And we can put like maybe one more small cliff here to make it look like a ramp coming up, kind of like how over here it is. And we'll tighten this up here a little bit, like in this section. But I think we got a little bit of a plan going on here. We can tighten this up, make this look a little nicer. Put this over there, maybe move that like that, make that feel a little bit more natural. You can show this as like a little bit of an incline. Maybe we'll like use a different color here. And now we have an empty space to work with. I think maybe we'll do like a bit of the mountain idea. Speaking of D&D, you're working on a Hero Forge again, and you made a few new unique models, like a tall skeletal warrior with 2 floating skulls around it and a weird tentacle leg cultist. Okay. Actually, yeah, no, I like that idea. You could use like you can maybe make it like a skeletal horror, and it's like, okay, it's got that, you can either be like a skeletal horror where it's like, if it's a skeletal warrior with 2 floating or 2 floating heads with it, let me think, what could you do with it? You could maybe make, actually, you can kind of make him like Ghost Rider and have those be like his projectiles that maybe he could fling at people, since he is a warrior, and you can maybe give him the chain whip. That's an idea. Although whips are kind of bad in D&D, but you know, who cares? You can reflavor a better weapon and just make it look like a whip. Come on, there's no rule against that. I mean, you're the DM. And as for the cultists, that's a good idea. It kind of sounds a little bit like some of the cultists in like Darkest Dungeon, where like they have like the tentacle arms and legs, and they could like use their appendages to push and pull people around on a field. You could probably try something like that too. I think that could be a good idea. Again, borrowing ideas, but hey, there's nothing saying you can't. Whips are for bad players. For monsters and enemies, you can make them whatever. Exactly. Oh, okay. On the mutation forms in Age of Wonders 4. Ooh, okay. Damn. I just thought about what you mentioned though. Yeah, now I got Warcraft 3 kind of on the brain. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, I should do like a stream where we play through the campaign or something again. Okay, actually, you know what? Hold on. We're gonna shrink this. We're gonna give this a little bit more. I was gonna say a little bit more texture, like we're cooking here, but you know what I mean. We're gonna make this feel a little bit more fitting. And then I think we move this. Yeah, we can have this off the map. That's fine. Or actually, maybe what we'll do, we can have it peeking out like that, and then I move this up a layer. There we go. That's what we want. And then maybe actually what we could do, do something like that. Maybe something like that. And then maybe move this up like that. There we go. That looks a little nicer. Or at least it's getting there. At least there's a bit of a ridge. I feel like maybe we make this a little bit bigger, and then we can do it like that. Or, nah, that may be excessive. Hold on, let him cook. You know what? Let's move that out of the way for a second. What if we like made this a little bit? Yeah, we can just have the slope like that. We don't need to make this super pronounced. Actually, hold on. Let's make this make a little bit of sense, since the elevation would start going up here. We can maybe move this over here. Then maybe we do it like that. There we go. Okay, I think that's looking a little better. And we'll remove this jagged piece, and we could probably work on making maybe like a line here. Since we do have a bit of the mountain range we could still work with. Let's see, let's go with like smaller mountains. Let's make this like... we could go smaller than that. I don't know. I don't think I'm digging it. Hold on. Let's get a little bit more creative. Every time you think of a map, you're always reminded of the Badlands map in Warcraft. Yeah. You know, it's funny, actually. I do have a couple of D&D maps that I downloaded where people have recreated areas from Warcraft. I actually recreated a couple of them for one of the campaigns I ran because we were doing... It's funny, would you believe me if I told you? There is official, like, I think it's like 3.0 or 3.5 Warcraft content for D&D. So, like, me and some friends were looking through it because we're like, oh, we're fans of Warcraft. Why don't we do, like, a Warcraft campaign? Oh, yeah. Look, man, I'm very familiar with Thousand Needles. Unfortunate, or not Thousand Needles. Well, it's still Thousand Needles. It just, you know, it just looks like Kalimdor is a little bit happy to see you, that's all. Maybe we move this down a little bit. We could probably, like, fill this up with, like, more ruins, because this could still be, like, the interesting part. Or we can set the path here that would go off to, like, the other area. Burn to Badlands. Well, the Badlands looks... Okay, well, the Badlands, I remember, I think it's got, like, that big scorch across it, right? Because it's got, whatchamacallit? Because that's where, like, Deathwing flew across it, I think, in Kata. But I'm pretty sure it was Thousand Needles in Kalimdor, where if you look at it a little bit from an angle, it kind of looks like something else. Oh, man. Fun times. Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what? I think we're going to make this a little bit like a plateaued area. And you know what? I think we'll actually... I'm thinking. Sometimes Blizzard used to have humor back then. Yeah. Oh, man. I wonder how the games are nowadays. I've seen some of my friends have been playing it again. And it kind of makes me want to try to play, like, Warcraft again, but... just kind of don't have the time, to be honest, at the moment. But it would be something that I would like to do. Maybe either a stream or we just sit down and have some fun and play it at some point, because I think it could be fun. I know I've done one stream of it at some point, like, oh yeah, oh, I know Shadowlands is bad. I played for a little bit then, and I was like, man, this sucks. It wasn't very fun. Hold on, we're missing something. I think there's a symbol for a mine somewhere. It's ports. Where is it? I just swore we had something. Towers? No. We might use a ruined tower somewhere. There we go. That's what we were looking for. See, the story stuff. The story sucks. Sylvanas Redeem was horrible. It was too dark. How am I gonna enjoy Maldraxxus if it's too dark? You know? True. I think when I played, I was in the Vampire Coven, which I'm trying to remember their name. It was not Voldraken. Venthyr. That's the name. I remember that. Or yeah, and Revendreth. Yep. I'm remembering now. You know, hold on. Let's switch up the music and listen to this for a hot minute. Sure, we can do this for a little bit. Okay, we'll put the mine over there. Well, I feel like maybe we should have like another cliff here just to like give it the feeling that it is still continuing off map. Remember all the comments about the Lord? Yeah, I remember hearing that too. Let's give a little bit of color to the cliffs here. Give it a feeling like it's a little bit like that. So I want to make it feel a little bit steep or have an incline. There we go. Around the corner a little bit. Sad part was the roleplay realm you're on. There was, aw, that sucks. You know, it's funny. Oh man, Moonguard, Jesus Christ. Unfortunate. Because it's like, whenever I heard Moonguard, it's like, I've always heard, well, obviously there's the memes about like Goldshire and stuff, but like, I've heard it's okay. Like, it's very hit and miss. I think it's very a what you make of it type of server, I think. Oh yeah. It was like, I remember hearing the memes about Goldshire forever ago. And people are like, yeah, you want to see a disaster? Go to Goldshire. And it's like, dude, it is perpetually bad over there. I remember hearing that. Usually play a human. Oof. Unlucky. No escaping Goldshire for you, sir. Hold on, we can make this road more interesting. And let's get some trees. Start filling out this area a little bit. Doesn't need to be super dense, but can be a forest. Nothing wrong with something like that. But when in doubt, nothing wrong with filling up the forest. Say maybe like the forest gets a bit dense again over here as it sort of goes up to the higher elevation a little bit. But also we could just say that, you know, there's just more forest to the north. Let's see. The realm you were on was Wyron Mystic Cord, and it's usually connected to it via realm charts. Ah, okay. You know, it's funny. I remember, you're gonna laugh at this. The first server I think I played on was Wyvern Rest Accord, like, and that was like forever ago though. But I think I may have had some characters on there, but I don't think I played them in like years. Oh man. There we go. You know what? We can probably make this. Oh, whoops. I think I can make this symbol a little bit bigger. All right, we got a color in the mountains. Almost forgot. First one you were on was on Daenerys, and then you went to. Oh, okay. Isn't that funny how it works? It's funny, like at most, I didn't really do too many or too much like role playing in WoW. Although from what I've heard, it's like it's very hit and miss because like it can be really cool if you find like the right group of people, but I never really ended up doing that too much. I think I did a bit on 14, where it's funny, I think Kyle at one point, he was running a bar in 14, and I was his usual bartender, and it was very funny because you would have, dude, let me just tell you, a lot of the weird, goofy people. It's always something, I'll tell you that. You would always run into some ridiculous people whenever you would like role play as a bartender. Oh, it was like some bar that he came up with called like the Soyokaze or something like that. It was like not super amazing. It was all right. It was a small house bar. And it was really funny because you would always see like the most ridiculous characters walking in, and I'm like, dude. I think the funniest thing was like, we would be messaging back and forth, or we'd be in a Discord shooting the shit while we're running the bar, and it was really funny because I would tell him, Kyle, please come to the door. Why? I need you to see the customer. And I'm like, dude, I go, this one's all yours. I'm not dealing with this person. Because sometimes you would have like the people doing like, oh, the e-couple things, no problem. But then you would have like the people that are like, this is my fetish, and I'm like, I ain't about that, chief, I'm sorry. I'm like, you're weird, can you leave? I think one of the funniest things was there was this guy who there was like a pirate crew that was role playing in like our the neighborhood where his bar was, so they would always show up and like end up getting drunk, and it was hilarious because one of the pirates would always try to be like, oh, I'm paying in kisses. I'm like, no, sorry, chief, decline, veto. And that's when like I would just swap to like either machinist or samurai. You bust out the weapon and you put on like a Hanyo mask. I'm like, it is time for you to leave. Or something goofy, you know what I mean? I'm like, you will pay the bill. There is no cheating me. Or something like that. But it was funny. Nice people. Paying gold or else, exactly. But yeah, you know, it's nice. Sometimes you meet some nice people. Other times you meet people that are annoying. Like, I still think some of the funniest oh my god. Some of the funniest stories are just like, there was a time for, we did like a Halloween event at the bar where the running joke was I was dressed up as Jesus, and I'm like, all right, water's on the house. And it's like, I would just trade them wine. It's so lame and silly, but you know what I mean? It's like goofy shit like that. It was just funny. Just have some fun. But yeah, like if anything, like I guess like one of my only criticisms is like, yeah, a lot of the people in 14 in the role-playing scene, it was just like I'm cool with like role-playing around, but it's like, dude, I'm not digging in or playing into people's like fetishes and stuff. That's a little weird, chief. It's not for me, bro. Okay, now I think it's time we actually work on... We've got this side and up here. Oh my god, the blind demon hunter. I'm blind, not deaf. And see, I mean, they act the same as a normal blind person. Oh no, wait, what? But you're a demon hunter, you have the fell eyes, bro. You can't do that, that's cheating. Oh my god. The cane and everything, bro. Fail RP. For shame, for shame. Okay. So we're gonna sort of rework this to make this like the ruined capital a bit. So I have an idea. All right, we're gonna need to do some tweaking here. First things first, let's erase the road. Because I think we're gonna need to do some adjustments. I do like this over here on the right, but I think we're gonna make some other changes too. So let's like get rid of all this real quick. And we're gonna like touch this stuff up too. So we're gonna move that. People got mad at you for trying to kill a demon in the tavern. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, a guard would totally do that. They'd be like, what the hell is a demon doing here? I can't believe we're under attack by the Burning Legion. Okay, actually, hold on. Let's fix the cliffside here real quick. Because we can just do that. And we just fix these edges here. Undead minions, demons are banned in Stormwind. Yep, there you go. There we go. We just finished touching that up a little bit. And we'll just fix this. Okay, that's that cliff. Okay. Now we need to think a little bit. I think if this is supposed to be like a ruined capital, because if we're going by the lore of our setting that we came up with, so there was supposed to be a leader took over, then another leader took over. There was like a whole war. So maybe we could have this look like a city that's built in ruins, or like what's remnant of it. So we could like maybe say the actual village is over here, you know, maybe by the riverside. And then over here would be the ruined capital. Or, you know, something like that. So it was, what we ended up rolling when we were looking through the book was our first dictator. Yeah, it ended up being a dictator, which we were laughing at. It was a dictator regarding arts and science, or just like arts. And then the new ruler who took over afterward, I think via like a revolution or something, I don't know, ended up being a religious leader. So that's something we're sort of going to have to figure out. So we could probably make this like a ruined capital here. And we could maybe say like, oh, there's maybe a museum or something in there, you know? Killer 7 Gamer, hey, what's up? Yo, dude, Killer 7? That's a cool game, dude. Let's see. We can make some adjustments here. Okay, we don't need the big house here. So I think we'll take that out. Let's copy and paste a little bit. Put some of the smaller one. So, okay. We're gonna need to have, this can be like the remnants of like the old, or like a new city built, you know, maybe alongside or nearby. Let's just put a couple of these here for right now. We'll adjust it. We'll have a road that goes off to like maybe whatever other section of the map could be, maybe another region. That'll just go off. I don't think the players will go there, and if they ask, you're the DM, tell them no. But just to make it feel a bit more organic, like, okay, that's another way that there's a trade route and it goes to like another section of the island. Is there another section of the island for this campaign? Probably not. I don't think we'll need it, but just to make it feel a little bit more alive, you know, as we're, you know, making this, touching this up, making it feel a bit better. Once we take care of this like upper side here, then we can start worrying about the sea and the other islands. which we're definitely going to probably add a couple more islands on the side, I'm thinking. So let me save, because oh my god, it's been like 30 minutes since we saved. That's the last thing we need, is for us to accidentally lose our progress. So let's do that. Okay. So let me think. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. How big did I make these ruins? I made these about that big. Okay. Hey, DM, can we go there? It looks like... Oh. And you'll all end up being eaten by a dragon. I mean, Knowles. You're so excited you got your campaign started. Have session 1 on the 15th. And... Oh, dude, that's awesome. Awesome. That's great. You know, it's funny. I remember, I think some of the best advice I think you could kind of say in any situation is always have a session 0 or something like that. It's funny because me and my friends talked about that and we're like, we really don't do session 0. But at the same time we talked about it, I'm like, well, we kind of do, because we usually gather together and we sit down and make our characters together and we sort of talk about, hey, what type of backstory are you thinking about doing? Or if you don't have one, what type of character are you going to play? And then we can sort of figure out what the party's looking like around that. So it's funny. We say we don't really do a session 0, but we still do it anyways. Exactly. Yes. No, I agree with you, Killer 7. I 100% say have a session 0, because it's good to just sort of plan ahead. And also it sort of leaves room for if the players have any questions, or if you have questions for the players, you can work out what you need. Like IMO, just kind of do it. It's always worth it. There's no reason not to. All right. As much as I love these jagged rocks, I think they got to go for right now, and we'll figure out where to put them back. Okay, so let's put together this like ruined capital. I think what we'll do is we'll have it like up here on the hill and try to fit, we can fit like a bunch of these around here, because this would sort of fit in with the idea of there was something. Hold on, actually, I do want to also include, yeah, randomized stamp. You have a session 0 on Sunday for a game that you're going to be a player in. Awesome. No, for real, dude. That is really good. Also, again, congrats with setting up the stuff for a campaign. It's funny, I'm kind of in like the same boat with some friends from my current campaign, where I'm working on this campaign as on stream. We've been sort of talking about the process of, hey, I was learning 5e because I'm someone that oddly enough, my first experience with D&D was like 3.5. And yeah, 3.5 in the year 2021, I think, was when I first started playing D&D. And it's funny because I'm like, I don't know why these guys play 3.5. They just play 3.5, and they were like, hey, do you want to play D&D with us? I'm like, cool. So we're going to play 5e. And or like, we're going to play D&D, like the one that everyone plays, right? Because I didn't know what 5e was. And they're like, no, we play older D&D. And I'm like, oh, what's older D&D? Sure. And it ended up being like 3.5. Also, I do have to admit, though, I will say the Pathfinder games on Steam have kind of spoiled me, because after playing those now, I like really love Pathfinder 1e. Let's see. So one of the ruins you're talking about. Yeah, so I'm thinking about maybe we'll have it where there's an abandoned temple, or I want to say maybe like an archive or a library, since this ruler was more of like an academic focusing on arts and stuff. So maybe we have like a lost library that can be found in maybe like the center of the ruins. So I think maybe we'll make it like the bigger structure here. Man, I wish there was a couple more ruin stamps than just the couple that we got here, but well, can't complain when it's a pretty decent asset pack. Could probably move some stuff around. Although I think we're going to probably adjust this a bit better. Maybe we can like make this feel a little bit more tight packed. Maybe something like that might work. Actually, I have an idea. Explore by magical means. Interesting. Yeah, maybe. I have an idea. Hold on. You started playing D&D in 4E when you were like 13 and you're 22 now. The first game you've been a DM. Dude, then congrats. By all means, that means you're going to have a ton of fun. It's funny, yeah. Wow, yeah, I got into D&D like, I want to say, what, my mid-20s? Wow, I sound old. I'm not that old. Yeah, no, I got into D&D like in 2021? 2022? No, I don't remember. But more or less, like, I think I played for like a year with my friends. And then I got into DMing almost a year later because I was like, you know, this seems like a lot of fun. And at the time in college, I used to write like a bunch of like short stories. So I was like, well, why not try to make a campaign that's kind of like a short story or something like that? And that's kind of what got me into DMing. Now, and trust me, I understand if you're like a person that's like a long-term player, yeah, it's kind of a big leap to make. So go figure. No, hold on, let me switch music track real quick. Let's go with. Oh, we started the stream with this. We can go back to this. I love this track. This track's always good. Let's see. Sometimes your outcomes can be via magical mishaps. That's a good idea, actually. You can do that. Also, it's funny, yeah, like me and my friends were like in our 20s and they got me into playing 3.5 and I had to ask them, I was like, wait, so why did you guys even get into 3.5? Because wouldn't you guys have been like playing 5e or something? And I don't know, it just kind of turned into the case that no, I think somehow one of their friends like got into D&D with like 5e, or not 5e, with like 3.5. And it just kind of happened like that. Yeah, some people don't like the rules. Yeah, it was something like that. It was kind of funny how it ended up. Yeah. Let's see. Throw in some slime scholars. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, just kind of like in Bloodborne. Let's see. You're a game designer and write stories for games, so I don't know. Never had an opportunity to know. No, that happens. Yeah. Like, trust me, I totally get it. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Being a DM is a lot of work. It's funny because like some of the guys that I play with did get into like game design majors and stuff in college, and we talked about that where for them this kind of was like a second nature thing because they've you know built small games and stuff like that. So for me, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like way out of my wheelhouse. So it was kind of cool, like sort of understanding that stuff. They have slime scholars in Dark Souls. They have them in Bloodborne, actually. They're well, they're like slugs, but it's close enough. Close enough. Oh wait, actually, wait, no, I think there are. Is it in the Duke's library, maybe? I might need to play Dark Souls 1 again. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. Hold on. Let's scoot some of this over. Yeah, maybe like that. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I do want to use like a temple, but I want to use like a clear one. Oh, that is just straight up Sauron's Tower. Let's see. Do we have something cool that we can use for like a temple? Resources. Things like an elven temple. Probably put something like that in there. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I love this track. It's so nice. You know what? Let's go with... Oh my god, that's huge. But wait, hold on. We scale it back. Maybe like that. Yeah, okay. I can see that working. We can maybe like fit some smaller ruins around it. Oh, I wish we had more than just the 3 stamps, but you do with what you got, right? No, it's funny though. I like that we've been making so many of these like different little areas, because even if like because I know the whole goal of this ultimately would be, let's, you know, run a campaign on a stream, but there's just like a lot of fun things we could do. Like even if we don't do the whole campaign, we've got a lot of nice like bite-sized areas that we can use for like some fun. Like over here, the ruined capital. It could be a whole exploration for the players. We can set up something with maybe the mine, the hunting range, or like the whole mountain pass to get to the temple at the top, you know? You've learned from running a campaign how many rules you had no idea that existed. Yeah. Okay, it's funny because there's a lot of rules when it comes to like how you do things and like the reason why things happen. I have to laugh because I go, sometimes it's like you have to bust out PEMDAS. You got to get the order of operation for like combat and stuff like that. But yeah, it's stuff like that where it just takes some getting used to. Okay, so we have this. Now we got to make the rest of the area look interesting. I think we can come up with something. Hold on. Let's see. I think we have... Probably use maybe some willows around here, actually. Either that or we make this like spooky trees. What do you think? Actually, you know what? Let's see how it looks with spooky trees. Yeah, there we go. You can probably just like have this be like a bit of a... Oh my god. It's so annoying. Okay, well, we're just gonna put like a bunch down because this keeps on like wanting to like... And let's just move them around, put them in places where it feels nice. Oh, we'll put like a bunch over here. So even with the full-fledged rules of D&D, you must have spent like 2 weeks changing rules and adding rules, and yeah, and that's the best part about it too. The other thing I can tell you is, yeah, feel free to change whatever rules you don't like. There's nothing wrong with that. Totally okay. The other like bits of advice I could sort of give you on that is sometimes you're going to need to make adjustments on the fly, and it's totally fine. You're the DM. You can make the rules. You can change them. You know, as long as you feel you need to, by all means. Because there's also some cases where like there's the rules as written versus where it's like, okay, rules as written, something should happen the specific way, but you and your players can determine, nah, in our situation, it doesn't work that way. See, make sticky notes. Yeah, like if you're using things like a virtual tabletop, you can make handouts that are just for you. Like when I'm running a campaign, I'll usually have handouts that are specifically just for me that have notes on how to run the game. You know what I mean? So like sometimes I'll have a list of specific music that I want to play during a campaign, or for like things for like music for when this happens, music for this town when they get there, and something like that for the virtual tabletop that I use. So, you know, stuff like that. You know, you want to make sure you got little notes for yourself, and that's if you use a virtual tabletop. If you're doing it with your friends in person, I'm pretty sure the rules are totally different. But yeah, having some notes for yourself would definitely help out because, you know, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're running it fun. You know, you want to make sure it's going good. Whoops, I paused the music because I hit spacebar while I had Spotify open. My bad. You hate the new stealth rules in the 2024. Ah, okay. Also half rise. Invisibility rules left written like true sight or see invisibility doesn't negate the invisibility. Wait, what? Really? Rules as written, true sight or see invisibility doesn't negate the invisibility condition. Oh, that's weird. Huh. Oh, damn. Wow, Hawkins, you were ready for that. Like, spot on. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking a little bit. What if we move some of these like that? I'm thinking... What if we move it like that? There we go. You see what can you see what the rock is cooking? I got some ideas here. Really? Okay, so they made stealth checks a flat DC 15. I think it should depend where you... Yeah, if anything, I would say then you can make it a modifier. So, like, depending on wherever they're hiding, it also, like, you could consider concealment or, like, lighting. That would definitely be, like, things to factor. I like that. It's a good idea. Now, as I continue putting some of my trees down... Oh, I think I'm making them crooked. Uh-oh. Are they crooked? Oh, yeah. There we go. Whoops. And we just try to fill in some space here. Oh, maybe we'll bring back one of our jagged rocks. You know, I'm really liking this new idea with how we did the capital like this, or like the ruined capital. There we go. Now we can just set up the road. Let's see. With your road getting up to plus 13 to stealth checks, you would need a nat 1 to not be hidden. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, unless maybe the conditions are different. Like, I think the plus 13 should always guarantee, yeah, you should be getting into stealth. But the only thing I guess otherwise I would say would be like, obviously if you're hiding in plain sight and maybe like, I don't know, some other things. I'm sure it's like mostly conditional stuff though. I think what you're doing is pretty good. Let's see, you do passive perception. Yeah, that's a good way to do it, Crusoe. Okay, let's see. Let's change up the type of color we're using. Dark parchment. I want to say like maybe like a darker brown we can use. So I'm thinking like maybe like a Badlands type of texture, but at the same time that's the color we've been using for everything else. How's this look? It's not too bad. I think this could kind of work if we like do it a little bit like that, you know? Give it a little bit of a different type of feeling. And then we can have the, we're giving it that like stained parchment look. So like this could be like the old section. So it's got like that staining to it, maybe. I think it's starting to come together pretty good. Gets a little bit lighter down there. Okay, all right, and now we can put our road. We'll have it sort of fork down to this way. Maybe like curve it around. Yeah. Drawing with the mouse moment, sorry. And we can have the path get wider as it goes back towards the new capital. I think that'd be a good idea. Let's see. Okay. All right. So now we got to take care of this little section here. This should be like another like small trading outpost village. So maybe we'll actually add like a tower. Where is it? Stamps. Here, we can put one of those and we can just shrink it. As this will be sort of like the tower on the way out. Let's see. You tried it in a couple of one-shots you ran and everyone enjoyed it? Yeah. That's good. Hey, that means you're on the right path. Let's see, these... Oh, these are like kind of small. Oh, but that means we can make this tower a little bigger. We could have this be like a lookout tower. Yeah, let's copy and paste that one more time. We can even like have it around this area, and we could say the tower's looking out over there, so it could be watching over the ruins. You know what? It actually makes sense though, because we could say maybe our dread pirate guy that we sort of rolled as our villain, he can be from the old era, and maybe he's using the spirits from the capital to send them out. You know, something like that. We can come up with some stuff. There we go. We can just make this a little better, and we can just put some of the rest of the natural tree foliage around here. And just put a couple more here. And we could say maybe like when the new leader came in, they put a curse in, and maybe that's why like the area around the ruins of the old capital can be kind of all messed up. You know? Let's say the forest gets more dense here as it starts to go out. Just pack the trees a little bit here, make the forest feel dense. A little bit at least. And yeah, why not? Put one right here. Move it down a little bit. There we go. Damn, look at us. We're kind of on fire, actually. I think it looks really good now. Yeah, we did so far so good. We've got our cape area. This looks really good. Got our fishing town with the lighthouse worked up around here, cleaned up a little bit and make this more of like a farming village. We did our mountain pass. We sort of worked this out. added some more area here, put in a mine, set up a trade route here, also put in a guard tower, and set up the whole ruined capital here. I guess now we could probably just add a little bit more cliff here, I think. I'd say maybe, yeah, we just turn this a little bit like that. And then maybe just add a little bit of color right here as it sort of starts to slope off a bit. And then here it can sort of start bleeding into regular, like sort of plains-ish before it starts to touch down into sand a bit here. Okay. We could afford to put a little bit more trees on this side. Probably won't be too many. If anything, maybe we change out the palm trees. We could probably put like a couple of willows on this northern side. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's see, what else do we got? Make this still feel a little gloomy. 2 eggs for breakfast and I was starving. I had 4 eggs and I'm stuffed. 3, I get it. Don't need to talk. I was gonna say 2 eggs and 1 sausage. Maybe that's a little bit too many trees. Actually, no, we'll still put like that, and then I think let's get rid of one of these and make that, make this feel a little bit more. Oh, why are these so big? That's why. I'm like, why does this look off? You need to be 100. There we go. And change this to 100. Now that looks a little better. Maybe move this a little bit over. There you go. Still a little bit barren. Let's spruce it up. Put maybe a couple more of these. Let me just shrink these trees again. But maybe like a couple. And we can keep the palm trees on the other side. Actually, I'm gonna move it around a little bit. That's how it is sometimes. Oh no, urgency music. Hold on, we're changing this. It's a fun one. You know what? Oh, I know what we can play. Where the hell is it? Yeah, there we go. That's fitting. Guard conversations would be funny to hear. Yeah. Look, that's one thing I always like doing. Extra NPCs and like everyday people are so much fun to sort of include a bit of their banter in the background because they don't care what adventurers are thinking, or if they do, they're like, these guys are probably gonna cause more trouble for me. So it's always fun to like include a little bit of the everyman in some of these campaigns because sometimes it can be fun. Damn, that's looking really good now. Hit and save real quick. Take a quick stretch. And we'll start thinking about what to do next. Because we still got our underwater fortress. We've got the islands to work out. And we still want to add a couple more islands too. We do want to tweak a little bit Some of the other sections, actually, hold on, this boat may be like a little too small now. Did I ever decide what races were going to live in the area? Not really. I was just planning on doing a bit of a grab bag. So maybe like I'll take a look like at all the races. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a roll for it. But we'll see. I still haven't really decided that. Hell, I don't even think we've decided a name yet for the region. Well, technically it's like an island, so we didn't come up with a name for the big main island here. And then we'll kind of like fill in the blanks as we keep on going, you know? Oh, that reminds me, while we're here, let me find another texture for the water. It's a little darker. Is this any better? Oh, it's the same one. Or is it? Wait a minute. Oh, okay, no, this is a little bit darker. All right, hold on. I'm thinking we fill this section, since this would be like the darker waters of our sea here. Maybe we just like give it a couple of broad strokes. You know what? Nah. Hold on. Let's undo all that. Maybe we'll just do it around the undersea trench here. I think that'll be probably the way to do it. So can we do it like a little bit like that? I wish there was a way to change the like brown parts there, but I think that's just part of the cliff texture, or like the cliff stamp. So maybe we can like change something there, but we'll figure out what to do here. Now that I'm thinking about it, what type of islands should we include? Because we kind of already touched upon like all the major locations that we needed, but we never really like figured out what islands. You know what, actually, I think, so we do have our underwater fortress that we need, but why don't we have an island near it? So it could sort of be like, well, the origin of the fortress was supposed to be dwarven, so maybe it could be like ruins of a dwarven island, maybe? And maybe like the island sunk, and that could be like the backstory of how the underwater fortress came to be. So we can maybe come up with something like that. Let's see what we can come up with. So maybe we'll do something like that, and then we can give it a texture. Ooh, an island out. You know what? That could be the gimmick. That could be the gimmick for the Dwarven Fortress. Because that was sort of what we were having trouble trying to figure out. Oh, there you go. Look at that. That works really good, actually. I'll do that too for the ruined island. Oh, there we go. I just had to move it up a layer. There we go. Now we're cooking. Then this will be sort of like our Venetian city. Okay, let's think of maybe some other islands. What other fun themes can we use for an island? We've already got the sinking island with the essentially what is Venice there, the sister capital, I guess, maybe. Or maybe that could be sort of where the people who were left over of the reformists. We do have the pirate island here that we could sort of work on. We do have that. We do have a bit of the pirate alcove down here, which is like kind of like a hideaway bay, castaway bay. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Oh damn, banger! Hold on. Haven't heard this in a hot minute. Hold on, you know, we'll change the song a bit. There we go. Got any areas for undead pirates? I was thinking about doing this, and we can make this like a the Skull Fortress. I was thinking about having the idea of the main villain is supposed to be like an undead that has been risen for a specific purpose, and we can have him sort of being like, he's the ghost pirate, the dread pirate that's attacking the coast, attacking like all of these cities, and it's supposed to be like a land cursed by the gods, which was what we rolled in the book, which is kind of funny. You know, it's funny, the more I think about it, I genuinely enjoy sort of what we ended up getting from rolling it out, but at the same time, it is kind of funny, because sometimes it's like, kind of a like, damn, I really have to fit all this in somehow. At least a lot of the stuff that we got kind of works, but at the same time, it is kind of silly. Let me see. I feel like we should put like an island somewhere here, or I think, hold on, maybe we can put like a big super ship, and that could act as like maybe a town in the seas, or like another floating city, maybe? What do you think? Let me see. You know what? Hold on. Maybe put like a small boat here. Thinking like maybe something big, like a galleon. Make this size 100. Let's maybe put an island somewhere here, maybe. And we can think of a cool shape. We think. Let's increase the brush roughness. Nah, that looks lame. Maybe something like that. It doesn't need to be super big. It could just be like a one-stop place. Oh, whoops. Nah, let's keep adjusting this a little bit, because I think I kind of like where we're going here. Wait a minute, I have an idea. We do that. Wait, no. Hold on. I think I have an idea. Also, you know what? Let's use this song. Let's bring this back. Okay, this is kind of tricky trying to think about. Oh, I want to make an island. Because I think... Oh, wait, no. You know what? We'll keep that. And we'll keep that. We've got one over there. What if we do this? Maybe something like that. We can make some of these habitable, some of them uninhabitable. It doesn't need to be super complicated. Oh, whoa, whoops. We don't need, I think that's good, actually. Okay. So now let's see what else we can do. You know what? Did we keep the lighthouse there? Because I was thinking we keep the lighthouse here. Or we can move the lighthouse out over to one of these smaller islands, but I think I'm trying to remember. I guess this is maybe because I don't know too much about nautical things. Typically the lighthouse should be at the tip of the mainland, right? Or something like that. You wouldn't want it on an island, I don't think. Or would you? Because, I mean, I guess it's supposed to signal that, there's land ahead, right? Or something? Damn, I really don't know. Let's see, the lighthouse should be near the city. Yeah. So I think we might want to either leave it there, or we could, move it somewhere else. But I do think it should stay there. Because I don't think we want to move it out to anywhere here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so then having it right there should be fine. Okay. So, small island 1. You know what? We could slap a good old ancient ruin. Because why not? And we can find... I think we have more jungle trees we can put down. And I think that we're size 100. Make this seem like a place where people might want to stop by to find ancient treasure. Okay, not too far off. Or actually, maybe we should move that idea down, actually. You know what? Hold up. We are moving that idea down here, because I think it might work better. Oh, yeah, this will work better. So now if we just do all this, we can just fill this up with a dense jungle. And then we can add a little bit to the shore there. Can be mostly flat, that's fine. Have it a little bit sparser as it goes out to the shoreline. And then we can sort of paint a beach on it. There we go. All right, and let's get our paintbrush. Whoa, that's a little bit too big. Let's bring it down to a 3. There we go. And we can add a shoreline. And this could kind of match up with the coastal area that we set up with the pirates. So it could be maybe they're in search of an ancient ruin or something like that. We could sort of set something up like that. Or maybe the players want to explore it. I do like that we're given a lot of options here for places for the party to check out as we've been making this, because honestly, just having more variety is always more helpful than not. I mean, sure, the whole thing doesn't need to be used, but that's okay, because whatever you have left over, you can totally use in another campaign. So there's totally nothing wrong with that at all. Let's see, we got that. Well, let's actually, before we mess with that, let's get back to our original idea here with like the big pirate den. I do think we'll still keep the skull, because I want the skull on the mountain. Oh man, dramatic music, hold on, we're switching. What is this? What about this? Oh, that's... not this one. Okay, we can go with that for now. And then it goes into another good track. I can live with that. Okay. So Pirate's Den. What are we gonna do here? I do want our Skull Mountain. I want something like that. Let me hold on, we gotta push this up a layer. Because I do want that to be like a key thing here. You know what? Actually, this will be silly. We have it set up like this. And maybe make this like the big centerpiece. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, we're gonna move the skull up to layer 3. Then the mountain. Bring this up 1. And I think we're gonna add some cliff sides. Here it is. Okay, so we're gonna add some cliff sides. Because we are gonna do a couple of things. So we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna have this sort of reach up into like a mountain range here. Well, I think we have like a more curved cliff though. Well, maybe something like that. Whoops. That's too many. Let's get rid of that, and we can do something like this. Make it match up the coastline like that. Okay. And then we can do... where's like the old parchment we used? Okay, so we'll do like the old parchment look here first to make it feel like an old area. Then we're gonna go over here with stone. And now we touch it up a little bit. And we're definitely gonna go in and add some ruins here too. Since this would be like a haunted pirate land. That would be the idea. Put a little bit of that in. Got that, and we'll do this side too. Go around over here. Fill in this. Good old Skull Mountain. And now we gotta put sand. It's funny, I love how this is basically turned into like a skull rock. Let's change this back here. Back to the old parchment for a second. Punch in real quick and clean this up. Just go around the edges, remember? Color in between, or color the line. And clean up the shore a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Now we're looking good. And we just clean this. Look, it's all about the little details, and it's funny because, let's be honest, no one's really going to care about the little details other than you. Because your players may or may not look too closely at the map like how you do. And that's totally okay too. Don't forget it. Damn, that looks hell ominous. Ooh, actually, hold on, I have ideas. I have ideas here. First off, we put... actually, hold on. Nah, maybe... Okay, maybe not that. Hold on. Let's see, where's that crater? We can do something cool here, I think. Maybe... This can be like a location where... because I remember, that is the other thing we do have to know. It could also be attacked by our god, which I think in this case is Poseidon, because I think also the other thing we have to remember with the background that we rolled, he's supposed to have attacked somewhere. And the big threat... Oh, whoops. The big threat that is going around is that there may be the seismic flood that'll come and flood the land. Hold on, what if we do it like this? Ooh, actually, we do it like... Hold on, we gotta make this smaller. I'm thinking, what if we do it like this? It's almost like a crescent. A little bit. Hold on, let's clean up a bit. Fix up the shape. And I think we need to, like, just move this a little bit like that. Just to, like, give this a little bit more of, like, a regular... Yeah. You know what? No, we'll keep the shore like that on that side. Okay, and ruins. Ba-ba-bum. Man, wish we had more ruins, but we don't have too much. Oh, I guess we need to put it to layer 4. Okay. Sometimes you have to adjust your layers a little bit. Well, maybe we can do this like this, and this could be like the sacrificial pit or something. Who knows? Our villain works in odd and mysterious ways. That's like stamp size 120. That's okay. We can do it like that. A very fitting music. Go down and have some magic. Look, man, it would also give incentive for other pirates to be interested in helping the party because they probably want whatever's going on here at Skull Mountain. Well, you know what? Let's see. Ever watch Mushishi? No, I haven't actually. Set this to 4. We'll rotate this back. Oh, oh, whoops. Oh, that's the wrong thing. My bad. There we go. Hold on. I think we need to just fix this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now we just need to draw a little bit of path. And we'll do this on the top layer. Okay, you know, that ended up being not so bad. It looks a little scuffed, but that's okay. Not every part needs to be super perfect. Like, I feel like maybe we'll touch up this right side, because I feel like... What do you think? Should it have more of a shoreline, or do you think that's fine? Because I think that's okay. I do want it to feel like a rigid, sort of impossible to reach type of place, you know what I mean? Pirates are a brute of a term. They prefer privateers. Pseudo-anthology series. Okay. Interesting. See, they can be hired to raid ships of enemy nations. In reality, Britain and Spain and France loved hiring pirates to raid enemy treasure ships. Yeah, true. That is true, the bit of the history on that. Short lifespans and sings at him. Oh, okay. Maybe she's born after the host. Oh. Oh. Jeez. Let me see. Got that done. We could probably add a little bit more onto this sunken one. You know what? Let's add some runes onto the sunken area here. And see people hiring pirates to do things. Oh yeah, totally. Well, they definitely would be. Oh, whoops, no. 100. Okay, 1. Okay, there we go. See, causing a single day to a euphoric experience. Oh damn. Do you have a little area that can act like a town or small city for the pirates at all times? Actually, that's what I'm thinking about working on as an island, because we do have over here, which is like supposed to be like a pirate base camp almost, where it's like they can come and sort of like shore up, like set up base camp along the shoreline here. But, you know, having one of these isles being a good place for that, like a safe haven for them, isn't a bad idea. Probably maybe, like, over here, if I had to guess. We can, like, do something here. And then, I don't know what to do about these two small islands. We'll figure it out. Or, well, this one over here as well. We got this one taken care of. The one thing that you like about Battle for Azeroth was... the pirates. Yeah, it actually was a very pirate-centric one, right? Because it was all about, like, Kultiris, a lot of the pirates around the Kultirans. What was it? It was also talking about, like, the other, like, goblin cartels that are, like, on the other side of Azeroth. Because there's more than just, like, the Bilgewater and, you know, the other types of things. Yeah, they definitely hired pirates. I remember that. So it was interesting. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of different things about it. Let me think for a second. What should our pirate area look like? I think expeditions to the smaller islands. I want to say yes. Because it would be more, I would say if, so let's put this into perspective. So the party would be starting with them either arriving at the harbor here in the main city or on a ship on their way to the main city. And then from there, I would say maybe have the first section of the campaign take place with them sort of discovering the land here and going about that way first, because from the hook that we wrote up, it starts with them coming together to save the city or a settlement from an attack from ghosts. So I would basically say it'd be like the Dread Pirate attacking the coastal city. Maybe it's a harbor, maybe it's a bridge or somewhere around here. You know what I mean? We could probably do something like that, maybe. Maybe it could be this village where they start actually away from the city or away from the capital and just have them like defend it from an attack from the ghost pirate or something like that. That would be a good idea, yeah. Really good series you recommend. It's a slow burn. Don't recommend binging it. Each episode is like a self-contained story. Okay. Interesting. All right. Thinking. Let's see. What could work? Open icons. Thinking. What could work for this that we need? What do we got here as options? It's something piratey. I would think probably then we go back to like the tent setup. Or hell, we could even probably do something like... We could have this be like a small center of town. And then from there... maybe have a section that has a bit of derelict ruin. Because after all, well, it's probably not in the best condition. And I think we should get some of the tents from Pirate Cove. Let's copy that over. Okay, actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's see one of these. Grab one of the smaller tents again. Put it down over here. It's funny, it's almost starting to look like a carnival a bit with all the tents. Okay, and maybe... Oh, there, of course we're gonna put one of those in. Absolutely. Oh, whoops, we're on the wrong layer. Okay, there we go, that's what we need. Are we gonna fill up our beaches? And then from there, we'll figure out how we're gonna do this. Probably do some trees, probably put a little bit of paths. We can maybe even say this is like a gambling den. Maybe. Or it could be like another place, like if the party went here, they could get more information about like the Dread Pirates, since this would be, well, the living pirates' resting quarters. Do that and slope it around. Add a little bit roundness. There we go. Sell contraband there. Yeah, it's a good idea. Also, thank you. Let me drink some water. Stay hydrated. Man, we're putting in a lot of work here. Okay, I think probably just like round this up a little bit. Okay, now we need some foliage. Time for the tried and true. Probably leave that section open a little bit. And we can use that like south side as like the place where like the ships come to harbor. And we can like leave space here. Yeah, like that. Maybe something like that. Maybe. Let me just move stuff around a little bit. Maybe we like put one down there. Maybe get there. Move that up here. Clean up a little bit. So we do want like maybe something like that. Okay, yeah, that works. I think that looks good. Now let's hit save. Yeah, like it could be a good place for the party to find like more magic items and like just more stuff at a like a cheaper price. Because, well, it's not as regulated, so I guess you could either say, well, a cursed item is still a magic item, you could say. Would be able to do some stuff. Alright, nice, we got another island done. Got that taken care of, we got this. There's really not too much left. Maybe like a small few islands we've got, and then maybe just touch up this a little bit, maybe? Which actually, we can just do this right now real quick. Like we make this a little smaller, like that, and then we just get our ruin stamp. Because this is supposed to be a town that's built on top of older cities. So I guess like we can like fit some of this around here a bit. And it won't look super amazing here on the map, but at least like for the context of the lore on this place, it'll already be sort of pre-established in that sense. So we could say it's like that. Okay, we got that. That's good. Taken care of. Now let's just put some of our symbols around so they know where harbors are. Let's see. Do you think gnomes would try to make a mobile city like boat? I was thinking about that actually. The problem is I think I might need to look for a separate asset for that somewhere, because I wanted to make it like maybe like a big ship, and that could be considered like the moving city. So maybe, because I do like that idea, I think we should probably do something like that. I actually found a good site that makes accurate, sane prices for official Magic items. Oh wow, really? Because I know you can look in the handbooks and they give you like a base price, and then you just add a certain amount for every modifier that you put onto it. At least that's what I've done. Ooh, actually, you know, you're also right on something, Hawkins. I was thinking about it. All right. Well, watch out with the links. It might it might try to get you again. Hold on. What's it called? You're right though. I thought about it, Hawkins. You're right. We can do something. We'll have like the gnomes having like maybe a mobile city, and that could be sort of how the party's gonna get down to the underwater fortress. Because I was thinking either we find a way to give them like a magic submarine or something like that, or some sort of way to get them down there. That can be the way. That could be something. So I would say either we do the mobile city on a ship, or we can do in a place where like maybe this could be like their workshop. And it could be like, what is it like? I want to say almost maybe like, I want to say gnomes, halflings, and maybe Warforged or some other tinkerers. Yeah, I know, right? So you know what? Let me see what items or what things we got in the catalog. Let's see, orc villages. Elfin village. Ah, gotcha. We could probably put that like that there. And then do a path going down. And we can make like a little here or something. Let's see. Let's put some regular trees on this island, actually. Oh, why is everything like rotated all the way? What the hell? Oh my god. Oh no. Have this be a little bit fancy. And let's put one more. Okay, this could be like the Inventor Island. Let's see, also calculates the distance for travel and generates magic shops. Damn, that's pretty good. Okay, 2 more islands. I'm okay with one just being sort of like an obelisk. Let's just reset that to default. Ooh, wait, no, even better, even better. I know what I want. Where is it? I know we saw Stonehenge at some point earlier. Let me find it again. Actually, we could put that on one of these islands and make it mysterious. Woo! Ominous. That could be fun. Where the hell is it, though? Was it ruins? No, no. Where did I find it? Graveyard. Oh my god, I know it's here somewhere because we saw it. Not rock formations, not cliffs. Symmetric. What the hell is it? No, not igloos. Oh my god, am I blind? We were looking at it earlier. Nope, not that. Not that. Okay, what if I type that? What is that? Landmarks? Okay, we're getting closer. Aha! There it is, Stonehenge. I knew it was here. There we go. That's what I wanted. Does it matter? Does it make sense? Not at all, but we can have it. You know what? Hold on. We will even make it a more appropriate size. You know, that'll be fine. Random Stonehenge. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Give it a little bit of that Stonehenge rock color. Then let's see. What other rock formations do we have? Nothing too crazy, actually. Stone. You know what? Like right there. Whoops, that's wrong. Yeah, let's just do this really quick. And then we do one more big rock. There we go. And now we have Stonehenge here. And now color our rocks. There we go. Am I using the right? Oh, I'm not. It should be this color, I think. Wait. Oh no, hold on. Okay, wait. What color of rock are we using? Dark gray, light gray. That's what we want. Do that. Yeah, no problem, Hawkins. Thank you for popping in. Always appreciate it. All All right, that's looking pretty good. And I guess we got one more island. And that's mostly it taken care of. Let's see. What else do we want? We've got another pirate den. We've got a mysterious rock formation. We've got ancient ruins. We've got the Inventor's Island. We've got Skull Island. Underwater fortress and its sunken dwarven island. Damn, we did a really good job. Let me think. What else? What else? Part of me is thinking of like, I want something with fishing, but we kind of have a fishing city, but we can do something here. I wonder, what can we do? Let's open up the catalog real quick. What if I type fish? Fish icon. It's not a bad idea though. We could use this as like some sort of fishing city, and then maybe we could put some decorations out here in the ocean. And then I think it'd be basically done. Ooh, I like this song. I haven't heard this in a hot minute. And let's save. Okay, so we're gonna make this a fishing village, or like a fishing island. But the question is, what do we expect on this fishing island? You know what? I think we could probably use something like maybe the elven buildings or something, because we've already used dwarven buildings for like the inventors and the fortress area, and it's gonna have ties to the ruins. We use some human stuff, so maybe we could do something like, where is it? Import, human port. I just swore there was an elven one. I think. Elven cities, elven temples. No, not temple. Where is it? We could use the orcs. We haven't used that. Structures in a bit. Let's see, port towns. We'll put this over here for now. Could probably have it like that big, because it will end up taking like that much. Actually, no. Let's keep it consistent with the style that we did before. So we're gonna grab one of these. We'll put this here. Maybe another one over there. Grab that. Put that here. And let me see. Let's dress up the island a little bit. Give it its sandy beaches. And then we can figure out the rest from there. So I feel like we should be able to give it a little bit. We do have to give it a little bit of foliage, just a bit. And it can be known as like being like a fishing village. That is where like maybe they get a lot of their stuff from. I think that'd be a good idea. Why is this so small? All right. I think that is about it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let me just save real quick. You know, we did pretty good. I think what, in total, we spent probably like 5 hours working on our map. Because we started off with our first, with our MS Paint sketch first. And then from there, we sort of let it like take its own life. And it sort of gave us ideas of like, oh, we can add more things. So I guess now that we're kind of done building, let's talk for a little bit. So, as we sort of worked out from our structure on this, we might revisit this, or maybe I'll touch it up again off screen, but I think we're mostly done with this. The other thing I wanted to sort of talk about that we kind of talked about the last mapping stream, were things like battle maps and stuff that you would use for encounters. We could take a look at some of that in a second, because I do think we should talk about it, because it is worth talking about. But yeah, I think overall, I think our overworld map is done now. We've done a good job. We've got most of the core things that we needed from when we came up with our campaign setting. Like, we've got our mountain range with the temple, our 2 caves, we've got our capital city here at the harbor, we have the ruins of the old capital, we've got sort of other villages around, we've got sea traversal, the underwater or sunken island, the ghost pirate cove. Hell, we've even made like a fishing hamlet, mysterious rock formation, we've got jungle ruins, other pirate alcove, a whole jungle. I think we're looking pretty good. We've got the city built upon ruins, and an inventor's cove. So I think we've got our overworld. But I guess before we sort of get towards, well, whatever the next step would be, let's talk about battle maps. Now, I know we touched upon this last time, where before we sort of got started making our own map, I talked about, you know, when you're making a battle map, I specifically am talking about a map that you would use for when you're doing a combat encounter. Because typically, when you're doing combat encounters, it's usually on a map where there's a grid. So to look at that, we're going to jump to here. And I think I brought this up, I want to say last time, but to give you an example, this is Reddit. This is looking at our battle maps. And like, we can pull up this as an example. So as you can see, some of these maps do have like the grids already pre-baked in, but not always the case. You can always adjust it. I personally, usually if maps have grids pre-baked in, I kind of don't like that, because I usually like to set the scale of the room on my own. And that's usually whenever you're uploading a map to whatever virtual tabletop you're using or not. So as you can see, oh, whoa, that zooms in way big. But as you can see, there's like a grid space that you would use, and you can use this for like indoor interior scenes, or maybe if you're having your players explore a location, you could use this as a way to do it. Because again, what we built was typically just a world map screen. That's for like party traversal on a grand scale, like moving from location to location. Something maybe we could have also done was like maybe a more punched in version of the city, and we could make it like, here are different districts within the city, but for the sake of what we did, we just wanted to make a world map, and, you know, I'll probably end up pulling together other stuff on the side. Other good examples of stuff like that, like you could see all these different separations of maps that people have made, where they have different segments. Like, this looks great, by the way. Like, you have, like, an outdoor fortress, and you could tell, like, road to the north, road to the south, bit of a loop. You have target practice there. You've got a couple of different locations. You could probably like use this as a map for like, maybe there's a forest encounter, maybe it's a bandit encounter, and maybe this is their den and you're walking by. Oh no, they've spotted you. And you could come up with different variations of that. And speaking of that, the person who made this did that. That's cool. But yeah, like the other thing too about when you're looking up other maps, you can always use things like Google to find maps. You can use our battle maps like this. You can also use things like Lost Atlas, which this has some pretty good stuff too. I think this also just like searches other Reddits and other places. What else do we got here? You have Pixeltastic, another place where you can find like other battle maps if you're looking for something like specific. Again, there's no shame in borrowing maps from other people because that's fine. I mean, unless you're doing like a for-profit campaign or something ridiculous, of course it makes sense that you would want your own stuff. But again, that's not always the case. And as I've always said before, especially when it came to us making our map, you don't need to be an artist to make a map to have fun with your friends and play D&D. I'm gonna be real with you. While it is nice, you don't necessarily need that. You know what I mean? So I would say do with what works for you. And hell, even one other thing I'd recommend is you could take a look at places like, this is 2 Minute Tabletop. I talked about this on the last D&D stream. This is a place that I like going to get like individual assets you can get. Sometimes there's a lot of them that are free. There's some that you can pay for, or if you just want to toss a buck his way, I'm sure Ross enjoys it. And yeah, no, he'll also make like other maps that he has available for free that you could use. There's a lot of different things you could look at, and it's also not just for D&D too. This kind of goes with a lot of other things too. Like I know I talked about the different tools you can use. Like I use Incarnate, which is, well, what you're looking at here and what we've been working on our map in. But there's other things like I think Dungeon Draft, and hell, if you really want, you can make it in Photoshop, but I don't recommend Photoshop because it's a lot of work if you do it that way, just so you know. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can go about making maps. You can find maps. You can, hell, make them from scratch. And hey, if you're an artist and you know how to do this, more power to you, because you're able to make a lot more interesting things, or, you know, more specific designs for things that you need. Because I'm going to be honest, there are some times where I'm looking for a specific map, and the only map that I could find just happens to have a big dumb fuck all statue in the corner, and I'm like, well, why is this here? Now I have to come up with a lore reason or something silly, or I could be like, just ignore the statue, you know what I mean? Something like that. So, you know, these are just some of the things that, you know, you just kind of happen to think a little bit about on the side sometimes. You know, I mean, it is what it is, right? But that is about that for this. I'm going to save this again just in case, because better safe than sorry. I'm going to be real with you. But yeah, so now that we've got our map done, I know one of my friends, which, hold on, let me lower this before it pops off again. One of the things I do have to say was, I know one of my friends wanted to see if he could pop on at some point and we could talk about like making custom monsters. So we'll figure out where to put that into the mix here, because I think while we did do already our our list of monsters that we were going to use for this campaign, we can talk about making custom monsters, and I think we looked a little bit at some point, but I'm sure we could like take a look at things like homebrew creatures and stuff like that. Now, if you're doing this for your first time, I would recommend staying away from it, at least until you understand what you're doing, because it can get kind of complicated, because homebrew creatures are usually either overpowered or underpowered. So you kind of have to find that like right middle ground and what works for you. Now again, what works for you may not work for everyone, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But yeah, that is mostly how I think we're gonna do this. I think like, and the other thing that we sort of did, we went a little bit off script. We ended up adding a bunch of like new little areas, like extra caves. We didn't need to add this hunting ground or this or like any of these other villages, but that's good because that gives us more scenery to chew. And as a DM, that gives you more variety and more options for like, where are the players going to go? What are we going to expect? What are some things that they might surprise you? Sometimes they'll say, hey, wait, I want to go back and investigate that location. It could be important. Oh, why is that lighthouse there? Maybe there's someone at the lighthouse who knows the area. Maybe they have spotted, in our case, the ghost pirate that's going around. Because, well, if they're at the lighthouse, there's a high chance that they might end up spotting some of these other things. And it's good because the way we set this up, we've got a lot of hooks to like different places. Which reminds me, let me just copy and paste this, and I have that over here on the Inventor's Island too, so the players know that this is a place they could go. And we'll leave this as a mystery. And of course, well, our Stonehenge Island and our Skull Mountain. But yeah, outside of that, I think we've got most of that taken care of. And if anything, for them to figure out how to get here, again, this is also part of you as a DM of, well, how are the players going to get to the sunken underwater island well, they'll figure it out. It's like, as us, the DM, you want to come up with ways to sort of make this work. And in my case, I'm thinking maybe we could do like a submarine. Maybe they find a magical solution that helps them get down there. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. And you just kind of have to come up with it, and you can work it out as you sort of keep on going. So, yeah, I think we did a good job. Not bad at all. Just save that change. And I think we're looking good. Now let me think. What else do we have left to do? Now, obviously running the game, but I don't think we're going to run the game quite yet, because I think I would need to do a little bit of external stuff that I would probably need to do on my end, which is stuff like, well, write more of a better plot hook, maybe write out lists of NPCs, maybe come up with some names for different things. And I guess that could be sort of a little recap stream that we could do at some point, where it's talking about, you know, what do we do next? We've got our locations, we've got all the nuts and bolts, but now we got to get creative. We have to come up with a tighter story to sort of work around, maybe create some driving forces, like, why do the players want to do this? Like, what are the names of the towns? Maybe, like, who are some of the key players? What is the name of our dread pirate? You know what I mean? There's like a whole bunch of stuff we can still do, but, you know, that's more of like maybe a brainstorm stream that we could do next time, where it's, now that we've got all our pieces, well, how do we put it together? And I think that'll be probably what we'll do for the next D&D stream. We could probably sit down and look at some of these things, maybe start to come up with the names, the places, maybe some of the plot lines that can happen at these places, which we did talk about a bit while we were building it up. So that's always good. And we did write some of these things down when we were building our setting. And hey, maybe we can even have like some friends pop on, and we could talk a bit about maybe writing some plot hooks, maybe get some ideas. Hell, maybe even create some new creatures that could sort of work in there. I mean, hell, don't worry, I still have the giant enemy crab on the list that we put in there. So, yeah, I think that is the plan for the next stream that we do for D&D. But let me see, is there anything else? I think we're looking good. Maybe I could do one of these. Hold on. Let's actually maybe put one over here, so it's known that this is another anchor spot. Maybe we'll just do one there. Let's move some of these ships around. And we can move that over here. That's fine. We can have these ships over here by the bigger campaign, or the bigger capital, and then the merchant city. Thinking maybe we could put that like there. Okay, I think that's looking good. Not bad at all. Nice, nice. I guess something else that we could have done, or that we could end up doing, is maybe like showing off how to make a battle map. And that's like, it's a lot more small scale, because what we did is an overworld battle map, like we sort of talked about, and I showed some examples. It's a lot more of like a punched in area, so it's a lot more like finer details that we would need to look at. And honestly, I would say you can even like look them up or search them around. But if you want to make one, totally can. You can use like a lot of the pre-packed in assets and some of your stuff to make it. And again, doesn't need to be super complicated. It's really just about, you know, how difficult do you want to make the map? Like, are there a lot of obstructions? Are there difficult terrain? Like, did you know sand can also count as difficult terrain and stuff like that? So, you know, just the little details that you gotta double check and make sure you figure out. But yeah, I think we're good. I think that's where we're gonna leave off with tonight's D&D stream because we kind of hit all the marks, and I think we're kind of good. I don't want to really go over too much else for now because, well, we've kind of got a lot more to talk about when it comes to like naming things and all the whole lore stuff, but we can always work on that later. So let me get us ready. Oh my god, yeah, stop provoking your Fire Emblem PTSD. Look, man, don't you know difficult terrain can be a lot of things? So you know what? Let me transition us over here, and let's chill for a little bit before we sort of get ready to pop off for the night. So 1 second, let me do this and say, hey, how you doing? Now I'm back over here. Let me shrink myself a little bit too big. Let me change the music too, actually. Yeah, even bodies. Yeah, bodies do count as well. You know what? Let me find some music. Let's hang out and talk for a little bit. What's a fun track? You know what? We're putting back on the Persona 2 music. Dude, I'm addicted. I love this track. It sucks though. The track on Spotify, the album's actually missing some tracks from each game, which is weird. Even though there's like multiple volumes. Go figure, huh? So, I guess on that note, no, for real, thank you guys for popping in. It's been a ton of fun. And as per usual, feel free to drop a follow. We're almost at our 150 follower goal. It took a while, but hey, we're almost there, guys. You know, just need 6 more to go. Or something like that, probably more than that. But yeah, I gotta say thanks again. Usually streaming Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays around 8 p.m. EST. Tonight we did more D&D. We usually do our D&D stuff on Tuesdays. And Wednesday we're gonna be doing Wizardry. Yeah, Wizardry, the OG like first-person dungeon crawler game. I think that game is a D&D. I don't know. It's going to be kind of a mess tomorrow, to be honest, because I haven't played that game before, but I've been really interested because I've played a couple of first-person dungeon crawlers, so like I'm really kind of confused how that game's going to go. It might be something funny, to be honest, especially watching me fumble with like AD&D garbage, which, to be honest, it's like I've thought about playing like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, but the problem is I don't know AD&D, and those games are very pause and play heavy, so it's like they're kind of tough. I would need to really sit down and like learn a little bit about AD&D, because my favorite part is when I opened up the pause menu and I had to like look at my character sheet and I go, what the fuck is a THAC0, dude? I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it's apparently like an acronym for like your AC and BAB, and it's basically like a lot of nonsense. I'm like, oh my god. Wizardry variants, having the horror gacha game is less. I've never played that either. Yeah. No, dude, speaking of horror gacha games, look, I had a lot of fun streaming Limbus Company. I totally want to play some more of that. Or, well, maybe I'll stream more of that because I still play it on the side. But, yeah, that game's complicated. People, like, all I can say is my favorite part about that game is, like, no one will ever know what's going on screen, but there's a lot of stuff. Dude, a gacha game with permadeath? Jeez, that's crazy, dude. Like, I feel like that's a lot. Dude, I'm just imagining having to re-roll every time. Oh no, that's... I don't know about that. Oh man, what a time. Let me see, what else do I have on the docket? I know we played more Ocarina of Time yesterday, which that was a lot of fun. It's funny, I think we're like, what, more than halfway through the game? Because we did all of the child dungeons, we did 2 of the adult dungeons, and I think we've got Fire, Spirit, and Shadow Temple, I think, left. So we've got like a bit left to go in that game, and then after that we've got, whatchamacallit, Gannett's Tower, which... It's funny. For me, I've never actually really beaten Ocarina of Time, so that's going to be good fun. I'm not looking forward to doing the Water Temple again because I really didn't like it when I was younger. And I feel like I'm going to still not like it very much. Just saying. One of my friends asked me if I was going to play like Majora's Mask after, and maybe, because I really didn't like Majora's Mask when I was a kid. It was mostly because of the timer, but I mean, hell, I'm a grown-ass adult now, so maybe I like it better. Who knows? Maybe it's like one of the cases of, well, you got to eat your vegetables, right? What else? Oh my god. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We're switching to this theme. Where is it? This one's a banger. But yeah, outside of that, it's like, what else are we doing on Thursday? Oh, right, Thursday. We're going to be back with more Final Fantasy V. I'm actually looking forward to playing more of that because I don't think we're definitely not beating the game that stream, but there's a lot of stuff that we do got to do because now we're in like the end of that game. So we got to find like, what is it? The 12 super weapons. There's probably optional bosses we got to beat. Probably do a little bit of job grinding because I am trying to 100% that game, so it's going to be interesting. We got like a lot of stuff to do probably before we get to the final boss, and I feel like that's going to be its whole thing. I definitely don't think we'll beat it within 4 hours, though. I feel like that'd be like at least another stream or two until we fully complete in that game, or I have a feeling I'm going to have to do some like nuclear grinding off screen for like job points, but fingers crossed it doesn't get to that, but who knows? Considering I have heard that the final boss, or like the secret boss in that game, is kind of tough. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see when we get there. But yeah. Well, I think I am ready to start packing it up for the night then. And I know we're a little bit early. Well, it's not bad. We did a good job. And yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow where we're going to play some wizardry. I may or may not have a guest with me for it. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and of course, let me hit everyone with this explanation point links. Bam. If you're looking for my links, you've got the VOD channel, the main channel, and Blue Sky and Twitter. Whatever floats your boat. Also, wow, that is like a mess of links, but yeah, there you go. So, on that note, I think I'm out of here for the night. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll catch you tomorrow. See you later.